Okay, guys, I'm coming again to talk about a book that I got at the dollar store. It is called Walking Through Walls, a novel by Philip Smith. Now, I am basically almost done with this book, and I am so glad that I came across it. At the dollar store, you find a lot of great books, and I've done some slideshows or vids on some books that I've picked up from the dollar store, my local Dollar Tree. This book in particular was pretty interesting, and it's a page turner. It's a book in which it discusses some things that are very interesting, subject matter that I find very interesting to me. This is a memoir by Philip Smith. It's mostly about his growing up in Miami, and it's regarding his father. And he had a very different childhood than you would have anticipated from a father that started out as a very well-known decorator. He was a home decorator, and he found another calling, his father did, and it was of a more as a psychic healer. His father became a psychic healer. It's very interesting. And the way that Philip Smith writes this particular book, it's with such humor that I can really appreciate for his life, and with so much respect to his father. If you see this at your local bookstore or your local dollar store, I say pick it up. It is such a great read. I have not been able to put this book down. I read it late at night before I go to bed. I read it in the morning. It's called Walking Through Walls, and you can also find some videos and interviews with Philip Smith here on YouTube. Just look up Philip Smith and look up Walking Through Walls. What I found interesting also about this particular book by Philip Smith, which are some real life accounts, is that I can kind of relate to some of the things that he experienced. He did, as well as his father. It's a subject that usually I don't discuss with people because it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. I'm not a psychic healer. I don't claim to be a psychic healer, but I've had, throughout my childhood and well into my adulthood, I've had a lot of experiences with unexplained things, I guess. I don't want to put a name to it. I don't know what they are. Spirits. I don't know what they are, actually, and I'm not an expert. As I've gotten older, I've kind of ventured out and tried to find answers to some of the things that I've experienced and am still experiencing. Like recently, I think since the passing of several people in my life within the past 3 years, I'd say, high school buddies, my youngest brother, my high school sweetheart, childhood friends, like one guy I knew since I was 3, cousins, and they seem to all, they say they all happen in threes, in succession of people passing. I've experienced some very interesting occurrences out and about, and especially in my home, the home that I live in, my family home. And ever since that we moved here, there was always some very questionable things that happened here, sounds, sights, voices, all kinds of things. I could tell you so many stories of things. They're not continuing occurrences. They're things that go, you see a lot of activity, I guess you could say, and then it just abruptly stops, and then it seems like things are normal, and then something, I don't know, triggers. I don't know how that all works, and then you start experiencing the stuff all again. You hear things, people talking or doors closing when you know there's no one there, stuff like that. Things being moved. As of lately, the newest thing is I've been hearing keys. I've been hearing someone dropping keys from some remote area in the house, and I know that there's no one there. And then I started to dream about keys. And now I'm on this fixated thing now, which I went to eBay, and I feel like maybe somebody or something's trying to tell me something. And I bought some, I won a bid. I'm kind of addicted to this bidding thing on eBay. And I found some charms. And they're like the antique, what I would call skeleton keys. And they're $35 in a pack. And I think I got them for like $1.99 or maybe $1. And they're from out of the country. And I started to dream, just for reference to show you guys, I started to have these dreams revolving around the old-fashioned skeleton keys. I don't know what the significance of the skeleton keys are, but that's the new thing now in my house. I'm hearing someone dropping keys, and I'm seeing while I'm awake images of skeleton keys, and I'm dreaming of these old-fashioned skeleton keys. So I don't know what that is. I need to look that up online and see if I can find some kind of answers to that, the significance of that. So usually when things like this happen with me, I usually kind of go with it and kind of follow the hints that they, whoever they are telling me, and kind of go with it. Kind of that's what I'm going to do. So getting back to the book, Walking Through Walls, this particular guy, Philip Smith, his father, he communed with the spirit world. He did on a very high level. He healed people, and it is a very interesting book. I wish that Philip Smith would write another book. I love the way he writes, and he just engages the reader so well. So, Walking Through Walls. I'm going to start to do some videos on kind of like a dream diary for myself, and to kind of go more in depth about this subject matter that I just spoke on the occurrences that I have. I think everyone, whether you feel comfortable with it or not, has heard things and experienced things. For me, like I said, in my family home, you hear a lot of things, sounds. I have a lot of dreams that I feel have some form of significance. They mean things. I'm not really sure. I would love to hear from everyone else to see what they think about this subject. Are there such things as spirits? Are there such things as spirits? And if there are, when they do things, what are they trying to achieve? What are they trying to tell us something? Do they need help? Do they see that we need help? Are they just mischief? What is it? What is it? So, if any of you guys want to comment on that, you can. I recently bought a series of books from different authors on such subject matter. People who proclaim to be psychic or ghost hunters or what have you. So I'm going to start to review those books that I recently read, and open up the discussion to you guys to see what you guys think about that. What are your thoughts on that? Like I said, my mother is one of those people that really, I feel she she experiences these things with me, but she's somewhat uncomfortable with it. She doesn't want to discuss it. She doesn't want to delve or deep too far into it. Whereas me, I want to know why. I want to know why. I want to understand it. I want to go a little bit further with it. But of course, there are limits to everything. Sometimes it's not so good to go too far into things. I do realize that. So that's all I'm going to say today about that. Talk about the book, Walking Through Walls, and pose the question to you guys: do spirits exist? Most importantly, spirits of loved ones, do they exist? Why do they still exist? And are they trying to tell us something? All right, bye.